Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope this channel inspires you, encourages you, and challenges you, and just makes you happy overall. This will be my first video, so please subscribe. That's going to help me a bunch. And I guess it'll let me know if you guys are even interested on the type of videos that I'm going to be making. So subscribe, leave a comment down below, give it a like, and I really do hope you guys enjoy my videos. For my first video, I did want to start off by sharing something that has been heavy in my heart lately, and I really do hope that some of you guys can relate. If with me making this video will help at least one person, then I have done my job. So for this first video, I wanted to talk about God's timing. I wanted to start off by talking about how to trust in God's timing. A few months ago, I went through a breakup, and by no means am I trying to do a breakup video. I am gonna say that I have learned a whole bunch throughout this breakup, and it's probably been at least 8 or 9 months since the breakup. And I mean, no breakup is ever easy. It's different for everybody, and I guess for me it really taught me a lot, and specifically just learning to trust in God's timing. I guess the main thing I did learn was just having to surrender all of your plans, all of your goals to the Lord. I think I see it this way. When I was, I believe, 9 or 10 years old, I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ into my life. Whenever I talk to youth or people from my youth group, I always bring this up because I feel like their journey with getting closer to God and their journey with believing and growing in their faith is different for everybody. At 9 or 10 years old, whenever I did accept the Lord Jesus Christ into my life, I feel like I knew what I was doing, but at the same time I was still a kid, so I still had those questions, I still had those doubts. But I guess as I was growing, I knew what I did, and I knew that I wanted to completely surrender my life to Him. And so whenever I talk with friends or people from my youth group, I always bring this up to them because I think it's a very, very specific point in my life where it's like I accepted Jesus Christ into my life. And so from that point on, as I started growing, both mentally and spiritually, I realized that I had completely given Him my life by accepting Him. And that also came with giving Him and surrendering all of my plans, all of my goals, just completely everything to Him, knowing that He was going to be in full control of that, and that ultimately He knew what was best for me. There's this saying that I keep in mind that says, God doesn't give you what you want, but what you need. And I feel like it's really, really important to keep that in mind, because obviously as humans, we want everything in life. We want all of the materialistic things. We want all of the relationships. We want the perfect man. We want the perfect girlfriend. We just want everything, and we don't ever really just take a moment and ask God if that's what He wants for us, or if that's what we really, really need in our lives. So when I accepted Jesus into my life, I think that's something that I really did keep in mind. And as I was growing, I really, really tried to just keep that in mind, knowing that I may have wanted everything in life, but if God didn't want that for me, or if God knew that I didn't need that, then He just wasn't going to give it to me. I guess as you grow older, you start to obviously change mentally, and you start changing the way you think. And sometimes when you don't find yourself seeking God the way you did when you first accepted Him into your life, it can be very challenging, and you start to have other thoughts, start to change your mentality. And I think that's what happened to me, I guess, growing up. And I guess I would do a separate video of how I accepted Jesus into my life and what that's really looked like throughout the years, because I've been through some very harsh experiences, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it's all taught me a million things. So when people ask me if I would ever change anything to see my life differently, I always say no, because everything that I go through, or everything that everybody goes through, I think it's just a lesson and it's for a purpose. And if I had not gone through all those things, then maybe I wouldn't have grown, I wouldn't have changed my mentality. A lot of things just come with it. And so ultimately, everything that we go through, it's for a purpose, it's for a plan, even though we may not see it at the moment. In the near future, you will see and you will understand, because that's what happened to me. So I guess during the relationship, I kind of shifted my attention to other things, and I started to focus more on my relationship rather than my relationship with the Lord. And I think that's very, very crucial if you are a Christian, or if you want to keep God at the center of your relationship. That's something that I know it's really hard to do, because a lot of friends have told me, I've spoken with a lot of couples, and it's hard to keep your relationship focused on God when you're not seeking Him, when you both aren't on the same page. And so I think that's what happened to me. I started to focus more on the growth of my relationship with the person rather than my relationship with God, and just knowing that if I grew my relationship with God and if He grew his relationship with God, then we would both grow together as a couple and with the Lord. Looking back at it now, there are a few things I would have done differently, but like I said before, I think everything really just happens for a purpose. Maybe the breakup was part of the plan. When he and I broke up, I obviously was devastated. I was at my worst mentally, physically, spiritually. But as time went on, I guess I just kind of realized where we kind of messed up, I guess. And although there were other factors that shifted our relationship, I feel like the main factor was our relationship with God, because we both were Christian believers. We both knew ultimately that if we didn't keep God at the center of our relationship, then things could go wrong. But I guess people don't really focus on that, because they see other couples strive, they see other couples get what they want without having to actually work hard for it, without actually asking God for directions, without really focusing their relationship with the Lord. So of course nobody thinks that something can go wrong when you're that far ahead in a relationship. So when God has a plan and God has a purpose for your life, I think no matter what you want in life, if that's what God doesn't want for you, then He's not going to give it to you, because He has a specific journey for you to go through, and maybe that's just not part of it. It was really hard for me to really grasp the whole trusting in God's plan after the breakup, because that's not something you really do want to think about after you've gone through a breakup. And so if my faith was already lacking during my relationship, then everything just kind of went downhill, because I started to question a lot more things. I started to question God's plan for my life. I started to question my purpose in life. I just started to question everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I still am having trouble after the breakup. I'm just trying to take it day by day, honestly, and just learning and growing and just seeking God, because I really do think that's the only way we can all really be able to keep moving forward. I guess for me, it just kind of felt like it was one thing after another, after another, after another. And I was trying to take a deep breath and just see what I was supposed to do next, because I was just kind of tired, I was frustrated, I was exhausted, I started to seek God and try to understand that everything that was happening in my life was for a plan and for a purpose. I guess it was just really hard for me to keep my mentality positive while going through all these things. I was starting to question my plan, my purpose, what God had for me. I started to question if my relationship with this other person was even part of God's plan. So after the breakup, I found myself questioning everything as well. And so I wanted to believe in that it was part of God's plan for my life. And so I really did have a hard time believing that it was. And so at this point in my life, I wanted to start trusting God's timing, in that everything that I had gone through for the past years was part of His plan and was part of His purpose for my life. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's really hard for everybody to trust completely on God and just let go of all of their goals and all of their plans and just kind of be like, God, this is what I want, but I need for you to give me what I need. I think that's where my journey with God kind of restarted, in that I was going to completely surrender my life to Him again, and I was going to just give Him all of my desires, all of my wants, all of the things I wanted in life, and just completely give it to Him and be like, God, this is what I want, but I don't know if this is what I need. And so at that point, I guess for me, it's where my journey with God really started, and me trusting His plan for my life. I've always been like a very huge planner, a very huge organizer. Whenever I was in middle school, I specifically remember that I had written out what year I was supposed to graduate high school, what year I was supposed to start college, what year I was supposed to graduate college. Like, I had this whole list. I basically had my whole life planned out, and I wish I had kept that throughout the years, but I think I just kind of got rid of it. But I basically had my whole life planned out. I kept those goals at the back of my head, and I kind of just always needed what I wanted in life. But like I said before, when God really has a plan and He really has a purpose for your life, and He wants you to get through that journey that He has planned for your life, He's going to make it happen one way or the other. And even if that means losing battles, even if that means struggling in life, even if that means having losses, if God has something planned for your life and He wants you to go through that journey, He's going to make it happen no matter what. I think that's what I really learned after this breakup. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still having trouble with having a trust with His timing and having a trust in God. I guess with this video that I'm making, I just want you guys to truly believe in that God has a plan and He has a purpose. That's the ultimate thing I want you guys to take away from this video, because if I were to tally the amount of times that I didn't believe God, that my faith lacked, that I had trouble believing in His plan and His purpose, I mean, it's just insane. Obviously, there is no specific way in knowing how to trust in God's timing. Everybody just kind of has a different journey. But I think as you learn, as you grow, both mentally and spiritually, and as you seek the Lord, He will show you really what is the best way for you to trust in His plan. So a verse that has really stuck with me throughout all of this has been Matthew 63-64. But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. And so this verse has really stuck with me, and just kind of been a reminder that if I seek God first, if I surrender my life to Him completely, then He will give me what I want. He will give me what I need, He will give me what I'm asking for. But I think most of the time we as people just spend our time asking God for so many things, for so many materialistic things. We spend most of our time asking Him for things, and we don't give Him what He really needs from us. We don't give Him our heart. We don't give Him our soul. We don't surrender our life completely to Him. So it's like, how can you expect somebody to give you something when you aren't giving that person what they need? So like, how can you can't expect to just receive when you're not giving any. And so that's how I see it. So this verse has just kind of made me deepen my relationship with God, and knowing that if I seek Him, then He will give me. But it's not just about asking and asking and asking and receiving and receiving. It's about you giving as well. You giving Him your life, you surrendering to Him, you giving all of your wants, all of your needs to the Lord, and He will know what to do with it. That's what I want you guys to take away from this video. I'm probably terrible at explaining things. I'm probably terrible with words, but I do hope that this video can help you guys. And I think this has also been a way for me to probably let go of some of the things that I haven't been able to talk with anybody else. And that's why I also made this channel, because when you aren't able to like express what you've gone through or talk to somebody about what you've gone through, I feel like that just makes it harder for you to be able to grow, be able to learn, because everything is just within you and you have no way of getting it out. So that's why I also created this channel. I want it to be a way for me to, I guess, get all of my thoughts out and just kind of lay it all out there. So yeah, I hope this video was of encouragement. I really do hope that this video was probably a sign for you or a sign for somebody else. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do hope that I continue to make these types of videos. I need to start making a schedule of uploading consistently, because previously I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but I just don't get in the habit of creating a weekly schedule or a weekly uploads or whatever. And so yeah, I hope this is a wonderful beginning to something great. Like I said, this YouTube channel will be faith-based. It will have all of the fun, fashion, beauty, lifestyle vlogs, and I do hope that you guys are able to smile just through watching these videos. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like this video, and just leave me a comment down below of what future videos you guys would like to see in the future. And yeah, follow me on all of my social medias. I will leave the links down below as well. I hope this video has challenged you, encouraged you, inspired you, and at least made you smile. Or I at least hope I have helped one person, because if I have done that, then I have done my job here. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, bye guys.